Hello, this is Jonathan Barisi. This video is intended to give guidance on how to use Performance Plus to administer and grade your Unit 5 benchmark test in the Journeys program. As the last video on this topic addressed, the problem with the Journeys Assessment Handbook is that Journeys uses an alternating answer choice lettering convention between A, B, C, D, and F, G, H, I. This was a problem because by default, Performance Plus only accepts answer choices in the form A, B, C, D, and if there's a fifth, E. So to deal with this, we asked Performance Plus to create us a custom bubble sheet that has the A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I convention on it, and they did so. So in order to print this sheet, you first need to go to your class list. As in the past, everything's pretty much the same. I picked a 4th grade class to demonstrate this with. I'm going to hit the checkbox next to my reading section, although technically you could do it for any one of these. But I would utilize the actual reading section. And then under your drop-down box at the bottom, choose Print Bubble Sheets for Selected Classes. Then hit the Go button next to that. If it doesn't auto-populate for you, put in your grade in this drop-down box. Make sure the school year is this school year. And under the subject, choose English Language Arts and hit Show Assessments. You now can choose the bubble radio button next to the district G4, in this case, Unit 5 benchmark. And then you'll notice you get the drop-down box for what kind of answer sheet you want to print. Now, by default, it will put the 100 question because there is 66 total questions on this test. It'll choose the 100 question answer sheet in the straight A, B, C, D, E format. If we click the drop-down box, you'll notice there's now 3 choices. The second choice is one that we had put in place, but that is going to be removed very shortly. That uses an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J, K, skipping the I lettering convention. So that will be removed. The one you're going to want to choose is the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J selection. And then you're going to hit Continue. The next page has the bubble sheet printing instructions, which you're going to want to read and then check Yes, I've read and understand, and continue with print. And then the next page will have the link for your bubble sheets on it. Now, if you are on a PC, when you click the bubble sheets link to get the PDF of your bubble sheets, it will download and should open in Adobe Reader. And the sheets should look like this. Notice A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So at this point, you can now print these out for your students, have them answer right on the sheet. There's no need to augment the test itself. You can use right out of the assessment handbook. And then you can scan your bubble sheets in and the system will grade it automatically for you. One very important piece of information to note is that if you do not use these bubble sheets, in other words, if you choose to manually enter your scores into Performance Plus, you're going to have to keep in mind that on the back end of things, Performance Plus only accepts things in the form A, B, C, D, E. Okay? So in other words, if your student chose answer choice F for question number 2 and you were manually entering your scores in the system, you would have to know as the teacher that an F really means an A as far as Performance Plus is concerned. By utilizing the bubble sheet, Performance Plus does that conversion for you. Similarly, if the student chose a G, you would have to put B, H corresponds to C, and I corresponds to D. Of course, because of this fact, I strongly urge everyone, if at all possible, to use the bubble sheets. I know that the printing and scanning was a little bit of an issue. The scanning issue should have been rectified by now. As far as printing is concerned, I'll demonstrate. I'm on a Mac here, but the concept is the same. I'm going to hit print, and what you'll notice is that by default, Adobe Reader chooses to shrink or fit or essentially scale down the image for a nice printing screen. I don't know why it does that by default, but that's what it does. What you're always going to need to do, no matter whether you're on a Mac or a PC or whatever the case may be, is choose the actual size or don't shrink or don't fit in the image. You want that bubble sheet printed in its full glory the way that Performance Plus intended it to be. I would say that a good 75 or plus % of the problems that we had with people scanning bubble sheets and them not being able to be read into the system were related to not printing it in the correct way and making sure that you unselect that shrink down or fit down option. Okay, so you're always going to want to make sure you look out for that. Other than that, most of the scanning and most of the reading in of the bubble sheets after we got the initial kinks out where it was a pretty smooth process. As always, if you have any questions, my email is jbarisi@brickschools.org, and I can be reached at extension 1031. Have a great day.